Hey guys, WKK3 here, and today we're doing Willow Springs on episode 2 of WKK's Track Walk. Today we're going to be doing two cars. We're going to be doing the one you're in right now, the LMP2, which the lap time and the way you drive the car, you can easily transfer over to the GT class or your IndyCar series. And we're going to be doing a heavy race car. So you can translate that to your stock car, Trans Am, whatever it may be that races here. So, let's get started with, just like last video, a lap at speed, and then we'll break it down. So here is the LMP2 Judd, which will race next season in Camel GT. So let's get started. We're going past the start-finish line. Head into turn 1, the 2 cones on your right is your braking point. Turn it down, hit the apex. Right there, your cone's marked very nicely at this track for your apex. No need to brake here in the high downforce cars, just fling it on in, have a good time with it. Kind of let it drift out a little bit, so when you come back you don't have to do this on exit, and let off the throttle. Coming into your left-hander here, the 2 cones on the left is your reference, and turn it in late apex turn. Early apex here, let it drift out. Couldn't really see, so I hit the apex there, but that's a 2 apex turn. Heading down here, hit the rumble strip, and then turn it in a little bit closer than that. Your cone is your apex. Here, cone is your apex. So very nice markings here at this racetrack for your cones. I very much like that. Heading in here, you can pretty much take it however you want. Drift it out, bring it to the inside, let it drift out here. See how far left I am, and then bring it on in corner exit to your apex cone. Let it drift down on exit, and then all the way back down to the start finish line at Willow Springs. Now we're gonna rewind this and glitching out like usual. We're gonna head to track side, please, thank you. Ooh, okay. So we're going to stop right there. Drone camera as usual. It's weird, the shutter speeds up, but yet, bring that, whatever. Anyway, those 2 cones, I think we just passed them, there they are. Those are your reference points to brake for turn 1. Turn 1 is a 90-ish degree turn. It's banked. That's not turn 1. That's that leads you into the garage area. You don't want to go there. This is turn 1 right here. It's a nice 90-degree banked left-hander. If I can guess, let's see here. Probably about the same amount of banking as Indianapolis, if you want to be honest with you. It's probably about 8 degrees, 8-9 degrees in the turn. Let's see. Yeah, probably about 8-9 degrees. Your cone, zoom on in here, is your reference point for your apex. There she is. So there you go. There's your reference point for your apex. And then you drift on out on exit. So we turn all the way back here. It's pretty simple. It's just a left-hand turn. Start on the outside, bring it in middle of the turn apex, and then drift it on out. As we'll accelerate here and show you why you need to be careful on exit. There's nothing there. There is no, again, the red is my pointer. There is no rumble strip on exit, so you got to be careful there. Remember, no braking here. Don't even need to talk about this turn in the high downforce cars. Just let you see it for yourself. Maybe drift a little bit more higher in the middle of the turn because you're going uphill and you want to bring it all the way back down to the inside. There's a good reference here. Go to drone. Just before that cone, you should start braking, or at the cone if you're feeling good. This is turn 3, by the way. You're heading uphill. It doesn't look like it, but you're heading uphill, as you can see. And you're heading towards the the stadium complex. Now, the stadium complex backs up to the two other racetracks. The second racetrack should be up in the hill somewhere. In real life, it should be somewhere up there. And then the track we used to race on in GT6 is right around there. Yeah, over there. That was the second racetrack in GT6. There's the second racetrack in this game, right there, heading up the mountain. Magnaflow there. So there's your cone. You brake right there, or just before it. Either one, it doesn't really matter. It's your choice at that point. And this turn is pretty interesting. Let's go back to the roof cam here. And I'll show you what I mean. It's a late apex. What does that mean? Well, it means in the beginning of your turn here, see how the rumble strip starts? You're still on the left side of the track. You're all the way out near the dirt. For the turn in here, I'll slow down for you. Then you come into turn 3, and the cone is your apex. That's where you want to be, near the bottom of the racetrack. And you bring it on out and aim it right towards that Toyota logo. Watch for the corner of the track, but aim it towards that Toyota logo. Even here, you still want to keep driving straight towards that Toyota logo, and then start turning now, because you want to increase that angle. Usually you should be let's get a photo here. You really want to be, no, not right there. You're gonna want to be right here, theoretically. Let's zoom it on out. I'm there. I'm a little shallow actually for this next turn, turn 4. You're gonna want to be about right there. It's a double apex turn. Apex there. You bring on out to here, and then you start turning in, so you get a good straight shot off that turn. A little bit better than that, but you see for yourself here. It's pretty interesting. Now I'm at the rumble strip on the right, correct? Now the cone here is your reference point to turn. There's my first turn. I'm going a little quick. I should have been on the brakes a little bit more. That's why the car kind of washes out. I should be all the way down there, near that rumble strip. You really want to take that the whole way. I got a phone call. Just close that off. But yeah, you want to. You can either hang it out a little bit later and turn in late and hit the cone for your apex, or you can do a early apex in a high downforce car, like I was trying to do, but the car kind of washed out on me. So we'll speed it up. Cone, again, your turn reference. This is an easy turn. In a low downforce heavy car, we'll talk about why this is a very scary turn. But in a high downforce car, this is just an easy right-hander. Take it through there flat out. Heading down towards one of the most complicated sections of the track to even talk about and show you pointers for. That's not what I want at all. Thank you very much. Okay, drone camera, yes please. Alright, let's get an up close and a far view from this, because I'm gonna have to talk about this all in one turn. Here, run it down bottom. You see the straightaway? On the straightaway, start drifting it out. Now we'll show you what I mean here. I hope I illustrated it pretty well. Oh my gosh, blue, thank you. Alright. Now you're going to see how I drifted out. We'll start heading towards the left side of the track. See, right there. I start heading towards the left side of the track. I'm doing this all by auto slowing down here. So you see how I drifted out, and then we start bringing it in ever so slowly. At real speed, it's pretty quick. I'll show you at real speed what I'm talking about. It's a very quick adjustment. So bring it on out. And in the last second, you bring it on in for your late apex turn. But in slow motion, you see It's a little bit more complicated than that. You have to very easily, that cone, you should be a little out further closer to that cone than I am. Again, I'm very shallow for this next turn due to the high downforce car, but theoretically you want to be a little closer to that cone so you get a better shot. Here, I'm way early on this apex. You should be hitting your apex right here, like you should be getting to the bottom of the rumble strip right about here. You shouldn't be on it like I was, so don't look at that. But the exit's still the same. You're still gonna have to, you're still gonna get a good shot of speed down the front straightaway. And that ends the lap there. Lap should end right now. There it is. And then we'll go English, thank you. We'll go get in a heavy stock car or Trans Am or whatever I want to jump into and show you how to get around this racetrack in a heavy load car. And we're back with the Winston Cup car, the NASCAR Fusion. This won't be my best lap because I don't race the NASCAR often, but I will just break it down for you pretty easily. So let's get going. During turn 1, the 3 cones, or a little bit before that's your reference point. Put down the second gear, turn it in, just like the high downforce. It's an easy left hand. The second cone is your reference to turn in. Let off the throttle, brake a little bit. Now let the car drift out a lot further than the high downforce car, and then bring it in late to get a good exit off. Here you're gonna have to brake again, right around the same cone. A lot more brake and a lot more turn into this car. Shoot it straight for the Toyota logo a lot further out this time than I was the last time. Make sure that turn it in late to get a good straight shot off the double apex. Grip strip here and then turn it in nice. Let it wash out on exit. And then hit your apex here. Let off the throttle a little bit, because that right there, it will throw you out if you're not careful. You probably already know that with racing at Willow Springs before. And then just ease into the throttle here, just probably about fourth throttle, half throttle. Just trying to get it rotated through the turn. And then all the way out towards the cone here. I shifted down in second gear here, being an idiot, but you should be in third gear through that turn. And then down the front straightaway, trying to keep it straight, because this is a stock car and it does not like to stay straight. And there is a lap around Willow. Let's go to trackside. Ignore the smoke. For some reason, the game on replays, as you can see, likes to drag the tire. Whatever. So turn 1 again, 3 cones is your reference, just like the high downforce. I don't need to explain it anymore. Turn it in, let it roll through there nice and easy. Just be careful on exit. Second cone is your reference, just like I said in the lap time. But you're going to see right... God dang it. The game always puts me out onto the position monitor whenever we get to go here. I don't even have to go to drone camera. Thank you, game. Alright. Bring that focal distance a little bit better so you can see. Shutter camera so you get the full car. There she is in all her glory. Alright. So you can see how far out you are from the bottom. You're pretty far. Let's put the whole track in view. Now, you're pretty far out towards the left. Why is that? Well, coming up is your turn in again and a cone on the bottom of the racetrack. This is again a 2 apex turn. A lot of those at this racetrack, get used to it. So you, like I said, you went in early to turn into turn 2 and you let it drift all the way out to here. Gotta be careful though, because if you outstep it, you're heading towards a tire barrier and there's nothing you can do to save it. But stay on the track. If you don't like to drift it out as far as I am, you don't feel comfortable, you can run the inside. It's going to be a little bit slower, but it might be a little bit more conservative. But this is definitely a good position if you're going to pass somebody. The turn 3, if they're running the bottom, you run the outside. You get a good shot. You can easily line up next to them down that straightaway. Speed it up. As you can see, I bring it all the way back down to the bottom on exit. turn 3 again, that one cone. Kind of like how the camera stays right there. Again, late apex. Now you see how I'm coming straight at the camera? Let it come all the way out. And then turn it in and back in late. Good illustration there from the cameras. I didn't have to do anything. Here in the high downforce cars, roughly the same. I kind of washed out, but you get the idea. Here you gotta let off the throttle just a little bit. Goes right. We'll back it up. Thank you. That smoke is being annoying. It's dragging a tire, you can see on the replay. Hold on. If I do it enough, see the smoke just build up. I don't know why it's doing that, but whatever. But the car throws itself out. The track kind of does it. As you can see, there's a little hump right there, and then the car lands, bottoms out, and then throws you out. Just be careful of that during the race. You might want to let off the throttle just a little bit, or feather it through there, just to be safe. 2 cones is your reference to turn here, half throttle it, hit those cone apexes, and then drift it out. Very, very well illustrated here on just how far I am outside. Yeah. Maybe it's a little excessive how far out, but this is the kind of line I like to run. Last year in the IndyCar race, I was running this line every lap until the last lap when I was side by side and got knocked out. So this is about this right there is probably where you want to be. This is aggressive. This is conservative. This is where you want to be. So just put that in perspective. Middle of the racetrack, maybe or a little bit past that is where you want to be. I'm just doing this to show you how close you can get. Just to turn it in. You see how you hit the apex late and you get a good straight shot and not having to worry about hitting the pit wall. So there it is. There is your high downforce and low downforce cars at Willow Springs. I'm WKK3. Thank you for joining me. Our next video will be out probably next week. You're going to like next week's video. You're going to like next week's track. We're going to stay in California. I'm WKK3.